How healing heals what was never sick. The world thinks healing means fixing what's broken, patching what's torn, repairing what time, trauma, and circumstance have supposedly damaged. But the Course speaks a different language. It says all healing is the release from fear, the recognition of truth, the remembering of wholeness. Healing isn't the mending of the body, it's the awakening of the mind. It doesn't restore what was damaged. It reveals that nothing real was ever hurt. Healing doesn't begin in hospitals or therapy rooms. It begins when the mind stops believing in the disease of separation. The body's wounds are only symbols of a deeper amnesia, the forgetting of what we are. The Course calls this forgetfulness the real sickness. The body feels pain because the mind believes in it. But the cause is never in the symptom. The sickness is a shadow on the screen of awareness, not a flaw in the projector. The mirror and the dust. Imagine a mirror covered in dust. You can spend years analyzing each speck, naming them, treating them, comparing their colors and textures. You can even get proud of how well you understand your dust. But no amount of study changes what's true. The mirror underneath is untouched. Healing doesn't polish the dust. It wipes it away. The dust was never part of the mirror, just as guilt, grief, or pain were never part of the self. The ego studies its dust. Spirit simply remembers the shine, the dream, and the alarm clock. The world's healing says, I'm getting better inside my dream. The Course says, you were never really sleeping. Trying to heal the body without waking the mind is like rearranging furniture in a burning house. It may look better for a while, but it's still on fire. Real healing is the sound of the alarm, the sudden awareness that there was no real injury, only a dream of one. The mind doesn't need to fix its dream, it needs to wake from it. The ocean and the wave. The body is like a wave believing it's separate from the ocean. It rises, curls, crashes, and calls that living. When it feels itself fading back into the sea, it cries out for healing. But how do you heal a wave from dissolving into water? You don't. You help it remember what water is. That's what the Holy Spirit does. He reminds the mind that it was never a separate shape. Healing is the moment a wave says, I never left. The sun and the shadow. Sickness is a shadow that appears only when light is blocked. The ego stands in front of the sun, convinced that the shadow it sees is real. It calls it depression, anxiety, heartbreak, cancer, loss. The Course teaches that healing is simply moving the mind back into the light. Shadows can't be treated, they must be outshone. The body's pain fades when the mind stops hiding from the source that made it whole. The Course says, healing is of God in the end. That means it isn't something we do, it's something we allow. The mind that believes in sickness cannot heal itself because it still believes in the story of harm. Only when that mind steps aside does the light return to awareness. Healing doesn't fix, it corrects. It corrects the false belief that anything ever went wrong. The ego fears healing because it believes being healed means disappearing. And in a way, it's right. The self that was hurt, sick, or abandoned can't cross into wholeness. It was a character in the dream, and when the mind wakes, the character dissolves. That's why true healing feels like peace rather than victory. There's no triumphant comeback story, just quiet remembering. The world's healing says, I overcame. Real healing says, there was nothing to overcome. The world's healing says, I became stronger. Real healing says, strength was never lost. The world's healing needs progress. Real healing ends the need for time. Healing heals what was never sick by restoring cause to its rightful place. The body never caused suffering. The mind believed it could. When that belief is withdrawn, the effects fade. The miracle worker doesn't heal bodies. He heals the thought that made bodies seem real. The Course says healing is the thought by which two minds perceive their oneness and become glad. That's why healing always joins. It never separates, never compares, never judges who's well or unwell. To heal is to stop lying to the mind about what it is. It's to see beyond the trembling form and remember the stillness underneath. When fear disappears, the need for healing disappears with it. That's why in the end, healing and salvation are the same thing. Both return the mind to what never needed saving. The mirror was never damaged. The dream was never real. The wave was never separate. The sun was never dimmed. And the mind of God was never sick.